machinery mill us, forever will roll us until we find out how you're wired. God's no longer read through the hands of the dead. It's safe now to question the friar. If they'd stopped at the wheel, we'd never have swung in this tire. Beyond Middle Ages, left village for nation, this masterpiece our fathers penned. Too dark to see the old time tyranny, may the bulb never burn out again. Now that we know now everything that we didn't know then. The book was the lash and the word was the law, but the tyranny ended with ink on a block. But don't put it in park. With miles to go, need a match nevermore. Shall we read in the dark? Gargantua's hungry as fork and knife drumming, but what if we served him no more? If just for a day we took over this place to find out where our harvests are stored. Laugh like a king while you can till the bastions are stormed. The book was the lash and the word was the law, but the tyranny ended with ink on a block. But don't put it in park. With miles to go, need a match nevermore. Shall we read in the dark? The book was the lash and the word was the law, but the tyranny ended with ink on a block. But don't put it in park. With miles to go, need a match nevermore. Shall we read in the dark? Nevermore in the dark. Nevermore in the dark. Nevermore in the dark. Nevermore in the dark.
It was pretty. People point one point in the second high rise that I worked on.
If you guys could, please tell me the state of the world as you see it right now. All four.
Yeah, it's just getting a little fucked up. Especially the way that the media depicts the way things are going on. The media would like to say that everything's hunky-dory, but it's not.
It's definitely not.
Currently in the world right now, I guess, we're kind of entering a new period of globalization, which at this time right now, I mean, in 1994 with the signing of NAFTA, we start to see like more so a collective oligarchy in governments where the politicians and those of the corporations kind of share consolidated power. And so we've also starting to see that with globalization that it's impoverishing the third world even further, increasing the gap between the rich and the poor. And now, where countries will export all of their food when they don't have anything for themselves. And so this is now, just in the last decade or so, it's become a global struggle. And with that, we're starting to see solidarity with countries, such as Greece, such as, Southeast Asia. Anytime there's an insurrection going on anywhere around the world, it's almost always fighting that same neoliberalist globalization. And so this is how the world is starting to change in these last couple of years.
I'd also like to state that globally, the rise of failing states is a clear indicator to a collapse of global civilization.
Well, my name is commonly known as Damage. I was a demonstrator at the G20 and partial organizer in the months leading up to in Eugene, Oregon. I was at several different actions that occurred throughout the week. I was at the Unpermitted March on September 24th. I was at the Legally Permitted March on September 25th. And I participated in actions throughout that weekend. First off, I would just like to say how much I love Pittsburgh and how much of a working class city it is. The first day when we really got ready for it, I helped plan the Unpermitted March the night before September 24th, and when we got down to it, at first we kind of felt hopeless. The journalists outnumbered the protesters for a good minute, and but it was amazing because towards the last 10 minutes, everybody just filtered in. And it was that march was easily 2,000 people. 2,000 people who all knew perfectly well that they, by marching, risked getting tear gas, rubber bulleted, and face other means of police repression.
Exxon Valdez and Prince William Sound and Bhopal and Union Carbide and all the different devastation around the world that corporations have created. But a lot of times it's easier for me to put it in in terms of the United States and what they've done to not help the people. And one of your examples would be Bush's tax cuts. The top 1% got 67%. The top 4% got 80%. So what did really the rest of us give us? And if you even look at the numbers for more corporate greed, I guess you see that then they lie about their benefit package. These CEOs, it's like, so it's not only are they're making money that they tell us about, they're getting money that they're not even reporting the profits on, that they get to hide their taxes on. So they're double dipping in money that should help our infrastructure, and they're the ones that benefit most from it. The average Walmart gets $57 million for every Walmart store they open through tax credits for the next 20 years, for infrastructure improvements, landscaping the medians, building the traffic signals. $57 million for every Walmart. I could run a pretty successful little market if I had a $57 million advance over the next 20 years. But that's what we're talking about. And it's like, we don't even care. If Bill O'Reilly and Rush Limbaugh say, well, you can't go big or go home. It's like we're supposed to just suck it up, just bend over again. We had a family saying a few years ago, and this is, you can cut this. I had an old boss in the construction business. He used to say, bend over for your special announcement. Well, when Bush and Cheney got started, and that's really why we're here probably for the last 8 years. We've always been activists, but not as dedicated as we were now. Now we've changed our message. You're not bending over far enough.